Hello, welcome back. Something a little bit different for you today. Yeah, I'm going to talk to you about this box of tricks. This is our EcoFlow. It's the Delta 2. This is a daily part of our life as off-grid narrowboaters. We have a great electrical setup anyway, and solar, but the ease of this thing is it's just far surpassed any expectations we had. And I've got to be the only narrowboat channel that's singing the praises of these boxes that didn't get one for free. She was, well, how did it come about? Well, I was cramming research, as you do before you buy your boat. I was watching channels like Narrowboat that James built, Danny and Joe when they was building theirs, and they were just constantly using the EcoFlow, doing stuff inside the boat, especially away from the marina when you haven't got the electric hookup, tool batteries, jigsaws, just things like that. When we had to move, we bought the boat and we had to move it, and it took 9 days, and I already knew that there was no solar on it and the batteries were goosed. So it basically ran the boat for those 9 days while we was moving it. There was a 240 volt fridge on board, a 240 volt little TV and everything. So it just ran those for us until we managed to get everything sorted later on down the line, as you saw. Never really gone into any great depth about the electrical systems that we put on board the boat. I'll talk about that perhaps next video, but it's simply because I'm not a qualified electrician. I know what I'm doing. I've got a good foundation in electronics and electricity, both DC and AC, but I'm not going to go on the internet and teach people how to do it. If they do it wrong or misinterpret something. Anyway, enough of that. So the EcoFlow, so what is the power of the EcoFlow? The power of the EcoFlow is actually in the app. There's some settings in the app that make these things fantastic, but they're only as good as the method that you use to recharge them. If you can charge it for free, you've got free electricity. If you can't charge it for free, you've got to start working out the costs. So this thing can store a kilowatt hour of electricity. What's a kilowatt hour? Well, that is using 1,000 watts or 1 kilowatt for 1 hour. That's what this box can provide. Most things that we use it off, you don't use anywhere near that, but you know, some can. Charge my computer, use 100 watts, my electric bike 100 watts, phones, cameras, what else we have, keyboards, headphones, two-way radios, head torch, super power torch, yeah, all sorts of little things. We really embrace the rechargeable technology on the boat, and a lot of the stuff we've got, it's all rechargeable. It's done through this box, and I do it through this because it's easy to manage, and the way that I do it doesn't really cost me anything at all. It's mainly free. Now, it's probably going to make quite a few jump cuts during this video because I'm going to show you some different charging scenarios, and obviously we don't charge it every single day. One day it might not be sunny, it might be raining, so there's lots of different scenarios. But to start with, we need to get a base level, what it's going to cost, and it tends to be by the most inefficient way really, but what's it going to cost in real pounds and pence to charge that from 0 to 100% using our petrol generator. So let's go with that. All right, took the filter out. I want to get to the bottom of the tank. I need to empty this. Right, let's get that back in the petrol can. That's about it. I think what we'll do, we'll run it until it dies now, because there's not much in there now. Run it till it dies, and then we know it's purged. Well, my house is up there, just having a bit of work done. I notice there's a big skip outside the front garden, full of wood. So I knocked on, is it alright if you have some? And then come down and told another lad here, so between us we've been and we've got loads. So I'm going to knock it all down. It's getting to that time of year now where we use kindling. I've hardly used any all through the winter. If you keep the fire in all night so you don't get it going, but this time of year you just have it on in the evening, don't you? And that's where you use your kindling, so yeah, if it's free, why not? Right, here's me 1 litre of petrol. I don't know if you can see that, it's bright, but we managed to get the EcoFlow down to 0%. I've had the iron plugged into it this morning just to drain it all off. But there's my 1 litre of petrol. Oh, it's probably going to take a while just to start up because I've got to pull all the fuel through the pipes, pump and the carburetor. So, but as soon as it fires up, I'm going to plug the EcoFlow in. It's set for 1.2 kilowatt, that's its maximum charging speed on the app. Close the choke, make it suck more. Ah, there we go. Right, keep an eye on it and we'll come back just when EcoFlow's nearly full. Right, here we are, 100%. What sort of time did it take? Let's have a look. That took us 1 hour and 2 minutes. I've just had to move the dog and all for something. So, yeah, more or less bang on an hour. I'm going to leave the Jenny running, and we'll leave the timer running as well, and we'll see how long it runs for with no load on it at all. Like I said, I want to drain the fuel entirely after this, and then I can change the oil ready for pouring it away for the winter. It's going to run forever, isn't it? It's just a thimble full a minute or something. So I'm going to turn it up to the fast setting just to burn off the fuel. Hey, are we still recording? Yes, we are. So we've run out of fuel. Now let's have a look on the phone. 1 hour and 23 minutes. So, right, let's do some back of the fag packet mathematics and see what we can come up with. Free charging scenario then, because we've got this lovely sunny day, and if you have a look at my batteries, I will put this on the screen for you. Come on, start up. Yeah, to do this, you really got to have a battery monitor. I mean, we've got the Victron 712 or something, but it's the app. The power's in the app, it really is. So already we've got full batteries, and the batteries are so full they're only taking 4 amps. So we've got abundance of solar that is not being used. So here's the EcoFlow. It's been plugged into the boat using it as the shoreline like you would at a marina. You can see we've gone from that 100% down to 41%. We've done 2 wash loads on the washing machine, 2 extra spin cycles. Do a spin cycle after the wash cycle. It just takes a bit more water out. It's easier to dry your stuff, isn't it? We've got cappuccinos from the coffee machine, but we need to get some charge in this. Now we've got this abundance of solar. Let's have a look what the solar's doing right now. You won't be doing very much. All it's doing really is floating the batteries. Let's go back off that onto the solar thing. There we are, look, 72 watts. So, which is not, is it? We've got my panels up, the sun is there. There's just no demand, nothing's using any power. So what we can do now, we'll turn the inverter on. Switch the inverter on. Let's go onto the EcoFlow app. Now this is the power of the app that I was telling you. Right, you go into settings here, and it's this, the AC charging speed. You can specify how much power you want to use to be able to charge it. So let's go at 300 watts and we'll switch it on. Oh, switch it over on the changeover. Put that on. So that's going to take approximately 300 watts using that to charge. So I can top that up. Now let's have a look, see what electricity it's using. That's taking 300 watts. Let's go back on the solar. So we kickstart the solar. There it is, look. The solar is now producing nearly 400 because there's a demand for it. And if we go back to the battery monitor, it should still be on 100%. There it is. Yep, it's on 100%. And the power, that's what's going into the batteries right now, 6 watts. You don't want that to go into a negative figure. If it does, just turn the power down on the app for the EcoFlow to maybe 200. But the sun's out, I'm just going to leave that running now. We'll keep an eye on it, make sure I'm not going into a negative, but that's going to be fine. I'm going to be able to top the batteries up with that. Right, it's been on for a little while now. I'm just going to get the boat ready to move. So, but as you can see, my batteries are still at 100%. A little bit of cloud come over, so it's just dropping to a negative, but it's nothing, is it? So that 300 watts from the inverter, how's that done? 64%, I can't forget it was on before, it was about 44, got 20% in there, absolutely free. That 20% is probably just about enough to do a wash load. So, right, oh, standing here, it's a little bit windy. I've just washed the solar panels, that's why they're up, not that I'm expecting any more sun. We've got blue skies anyway. It's only over there, so get as much solar as we want. House batteries are completely full. So another scenario, because we're going to be here, there and everywhere, so I'm not going to be around to check it, and I don't like to leave the inverter on drawing too much when there's nobody here. So this is a 12 volt socket, the cigarette lighter type that we put in especially for the EcoFlow, and we use the car charger, which can sit there and it'll give us 100 watts. It's limited to 100 watts because of the amperage rating of the sockets. In cars they're generally rated at 10 amps, so it's not going to draw any more than 10. It actually draws 8, so you get about 100 watts, and that can just sit there all afternoon and just more free electricity. Lovely sunny day today, just coming down the Marple flight, just doing a crossover with another boat. We're 4 down, so we're a quarter of the way down, so it took us an hour. Forget the fact that it's bright blue skies and sunny today, but we've got another scenario to show you. We've been cleared the washing last night, about 3 wash loads, so down to 52%. The batteries are full, they've been full since 9 o'clock this morning, so let's get that inverter on. Let me change over on there, number 2, EcoFlow's plugged in, and it's set on the app to 300 watts, I believe, yeah. So I'm just going to leave it on that. We've got 12 locks to go down, so the engine's going to be revving, reversing, and what have you. 300 watts. Sun there, look at that. It's going to quite easily. The alternator is going to be able to cover off the draw of demand. You don't want to set it too high. You've got to remember that the higher output is put on demand onto an alternator, it increases the magnetic flux and therefore puts drag on the engine, so you're having to use more fuel. You pick one up at the garage and spin the pulley and alternate. There's nothing there, but it's not been excited, there's not been power put to them to the coils and the magnets. As soon as there's a demand on it, it stiffens up and needs more fuel for the engine to turn it. So 300 watts, it's I think it's 1,000 watt alternator, so it's going to be a piece of piss. So I'm just going to leave it there on 300. Forget the fact that it's dead sunny. Pretend we're a boat with no solar, because the solar will do it as well. But yeah, we'll just leave that running. Batteries are already on float, and the EcoFlow's taking 300. Is it? Yeah, 318. So got a couple of 3 hours now to get down the rest of these locks. So I'm just going to leave it to its thing, and it'll be 100% when I come back. Pennies. The additional diesel it's going to use is going to be very minimal. Like I said, especially with the engine revving up to reverse into locks and what have you. So right, let's wait for this other boat to get through. Oh God, isn't it sunny? You've got to be perfect here, because you've got all of these people judging you now. So you've got to be perfect. Well, right, we've just done lock 6, and we are 100%. So yeah, switch the inverter off, and that is free electricity, just using the volt alternator. Just about done at lock number 1, which is the last one, or the first one, on the Marple flight. This year's top side. Done a cracking job today. 16 locks on our own, bless her. I'll treat her tonight to a decent tea and a beer.
Come here with me, please. Good boy, sit down.
He's an idiot.
Yeah.
He gets damp and cold off the floor, it's not good for his legs. Anyway, so why do I use my EcoFlow the way that I'm using it? Well, I bought it for that purpose while I was working on the boat, and it did that. You saw the kind of thing that we was running on it. A table saw, a track saw, plunge route, all of them kind of stuff. Yeah, it did it absolutely perfectly. The only thing that it would not run, and the inverter wouldn't run, and the generator wouldn't run it either, was a brad nailer, like a little electric nail gun. It would only ever work off the mains, that would. Perhaps it just has a massive amperage surge just to fire that brad in. I don't know, but yeah, that didn't work. So, but that's fine, it's not a problem, is it? Yeah, so I bought it for that purpose, for doing the boat. Once we'd done it, it was pretty much finished with. like I said, we've got a lot of rechargeable stuff in the boat, and even when the EcoFlow, the battery, starts to degrade, it will still provide all that low power stuff, no problem. It's only probably the 240 high amperage stuff it will struggle with, but even then it's showing no signs of slowing down. I've been using it constantly for over a year. We've got 4 brand new Victron AGM batteries in last year, and I just want to keep them at top condition for as long as possible. So whatever I do with the EcoFlow now is a bonus. So yeah, that's why I use it as I do, just on the high draw stuff. You saw what the washing machine takes on its heating up cycle. I don't want to be drawing 1.8 kilowatts from my batteries, even though it's only for a short period of time. Similar with the coffee machine, takes about 1400. The vacuum cleaner, that takes a bit, that takes about 1600. So we just use the EcoFlow for that. So, right, what am I doing today? Well, you've got a bit of a drier day today, so I'm just going to have another go, well, I'm having the first go, at another coat of 2-pack over all of these scrapes and tidy her up a bit. We're going to be going down for water in a few days, turning around, and we'll come back here, I can get the other side. These are the worst bits. This is where it was rubbed, abraded by that rope fender. We'll be doing over the rubbing strip as well, but that is just doing its job. That is what it's there for, so we're not bothered about that. I think the trouble is, the 2-pack undercoat is like a whitey grey, and the black's gone over the top of it. When you scrape the black, you can just see the white underneath, and it looks a mess. Once I've got a few coats on, and you scrape a bit, it'll just show more black underneath. It's like bitumen blacking in it when you just put black on black, just to tidy it up. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do with today. But I've got the figures in from the generator. Let's have a look, let's get my notes. Right, so let's see if I can just put my tripod up while I'm talking to you. Excuse you jerkiness. Put hatch over. There I am. Oh my God, look at the state of this. Look, it's not like a pirate, aren't I? Hair clippers, that's another 240 volt thing that I've not used it, obviously. I think it was about August last time I cut my hair. Don't know what's going to happen. Just going to wait and see. We've got an iron. I don't think we've ever used the iron, the clothes iron, since we moved on the boat. Charlie's got a hairdryer. She uses that occasionally. Yeah, we're all pretty much 12 volt. Like I said, next video we'll go a little bit deeper on the electrics, but for now, so the most inefficient and expensive way of charging that EcoFlow to 100% is with the generator, and it was £1.40 for a litre of petrol, and it charged it in 62 minutes. I let it run out of petrol. It was just idling for ages, so that's when we flicked it up to the high. So it's not scientific. It will balance out them odd minutes. So it continued to charge the EcoFlow in 62 minutes, and it ran out of fuel in, how many was it? 83 minutes, 1 hour and 23 minutes. So it's 83 minutes. Works out at 1.686 pence per minute. So the EcoFlow, it ran for 62 minutes at a cost of £1.04. £1.04. I checked on AI, EcoFlow to 0 off our generator. AI reckons it should take about 0.7 litres, and I've worked it out that £1.04.5. It 70% would be 98 pence, so it's just a few pence over. So it's near enough, and there's a lot of variables involved, isn't there? You know, it's temperature, the quality of the fuel, how much is it, E10 or E5 petrol, that makes a difference. That's the ethanol additive to make it burn cleaner. So you buy your litre of petrol, you're only getting 0.9 litres really, because 10% of it is ethanol. And then, yeah, terrible, isn't it? But yeah, that is the most inefficient way of using it. There are a couple of other ways that we do charge it sometimes. Again, you need that battery monitor and understand what your batteries are doing. So during winter, when we're charging the batteries every 2 or 3 days, if we have the generator running, we'll charge the batteries. Initially, they'll draw about 800 watts, but after an hour or so, when the charge goes up, the demand for amperage is good, just falls off a cliff, and it's hardly needing anything. So it might be just taking 180, 200 watts. That's the time. Plug the EcoFlow into the generator as well, and I'll set that for maybe 300, 400 watts, and I'll charge it with them once my batteries are well on the way. Otherwise, I've got the generator running away just to give the batteries like 200 watts. You know when your batteries start to get really charged up. We do the same with the boat engine as well. Fire it up, leave it for a bit. Your bonus with your boat engine, of course, we're getting hot water as well. But once the batteries are really taking about 150, 200 watts, something like that, I'll put the inverter on, set the EcoFlow 300 or 400 amps, put my revs up a little bit and just get some charging while the engine's running. I won't run the boat engine just to charge the EcoFlow. It's just insanely inefficient. It's a Canal Line 38 we've got, and I believe that takes about 2 litres a minute. 2 litres a minute, oh, look at me. 2 meters an hour. It takes about 2 litres an hour, according to Google. So, but if it's for charging house batteries and getting hot water, and then you get a bit of EcoFlow charge on top, that's all well and good. But you don't want to be running it just for charging the EcoFlow. Not only is the cost in fuel, you've also got the cost of the wear and tear on your engine and your alternator and your service intervals and all that. It's all linked, isn't it? So, but yeah, there's some interesting figures, aren't they? Typical use for the EcoFlow. Yeah, just on a bit of a charging day, just get all my bits and bobs charged up. Right, how did we do with the painting? Oh, wheelbarrow wheels. Yeah, it's the first time we've deployed them on this mooring. First night we were knocking and banging, and in the morning it revealed that we're only floating by about 2 inches. So if we moved to one side of the boat, the edge dinged on the bottom. So, but yeah, that seemed to be much better. It's just holding us in a little bit deeper water, but you've got to remember that you're like 10 inches off the bank now, so when you come off, it's easy to do. Man's complacent in it, you put your foot down and you're gone. But yeah, that worked really well. I mixed far too much. I mixed a litre and a half. I'd have been better off just with a litre and not chucking a load away, but at least I know for next time. So, look at that house. Not sure if I like the garden or not. Prefer them a little bit wild and planted, if you know what I mean. Maybe it's fairly new, and given a few years it would be nice, probably so. Hey, thanks for all your support, your comments, likes, subscribes as well. Yeah, it's really helping the channel. So if it's the first time you've been here, or you've watched a few and you're not subscribed yet, yeah, just do it. It just helps the algorithm. That's what it does. Who's this video for anyway? No one specifically. I'm just showing you what we've learned, little tips and tricks that how we've used the electricity over the winter, really, supplemented with the EcoFlow. I suppose if your batteries are struggling and you can't upgrade them yet, or you haven't got any solar, EcoFlow, it's like a ghetto hybrid lithium system in it, kind of, really. Depends how you use it, but you've got to charge it for free. What we're going to do next time, we've got to get moving next week, so probably have a little bit of cruising. We're not going to talk about the electrics as well, won't we? Right, I'll see you then. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.